Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Before reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Nashchaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. By regular attendance in the classes on Srimad Bhagvatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Paramananda Pathaya Premavarshi Aksharayate Sarvada Sarvasevyaya Shri Krishnaya Namostute. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining today in this Bhagavatam reading. We are reading Canto 7, Chapter 15, Instructions for Civilized Human Beings. So, this is in further continuation of the duties of Grihastha. The idea is that everyone should become civilized and try to follow these principles to the best of one's abilities. And in the last few verses, we were discussing the importance of prasadam, that how one should serve prasadam to everyone, especially to the brahmanas, Vaishnavas, and one must not kill others either grossly or through body, mind, and words in a subtle way. So, giving up the non-violence, envy, etc. So, let's study the next verse, which is text number 9 here. Eke karmanyan yagyan jnanino yajnavitamaham atma samyamanin aniha juvati jnanadipite. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Because of an awakening of spiritual knowledge, those who are intelligent in regard to sacrifice, who are actually aware of religious principles, and who are free from material desires, control the self in the fire of spiritual knowledge, or knowledge of the absolute truth. They may give up the process of ritualistic ceremonies. Purport: people are generally very much interested in the karma kanda ritualistic ceremonies for elevation to the higher planetary systems. But when one awakens his spiritual knowledge, he becomes uninterested in such elevation and engages himself fully in Jnana Yajna to find the objective of life. The objective of life is to stop completely the miseries of birth and death and to return back to Godhead. When one cultivates knowledge for this purpose, he is considered to be on the higher platform than one who is engaged in karma yajna or fruitive activities. So, the idea in this verse is that we should give up the karma kanda processes. There are many yajnas and rituals done to get something in return. Do this yajna, get this thing. Do this yajna, get swarga. Do this yajna, you become this. You become wealthy. That is not the real goal of life. The real goal of life is to be free from the cycle of birth and death, because we have heard and read multiple times, Shina Punya Mrityu Lok Vishanti. When the pious credits of that karma kanda yajna is gone, what will happen? One may go to upper planets after performing some karma kanda yajna. But what next? It's like taking saving for a holiday and maybe going to Switzerland But when one's saving, it will reduce. The pious karma will reduce and back to the grind, back to the adi bhautik, adi atmic, adi devic miseries. So an intelligent person tries to get rid of the cycle of birth and death and goes where? Yad gatva na nivartante tadhama paramama. Having attained once, there is no returning back. A place where it is Satchid Ananda. Material world is referred to as Anityam, Asukham, or Dukhalyam, Ashashvatam. It is not eternal and it is full of miseries. But spiritual world is Vaikuntha, no more Kuntha. It's Satchid Ananda, full of Ananda, eternal bliss. There is eternal Utsava, Nitya Utsava. So, and that can happen when we take to the process of understanding who am I, who is God, what's my relationship, how do I do bhakti, what is the required bona fide process, and then we execute it, and then that's it. So, giving up the karma kanda yagya and taking to the process of bhakti yoga, that's a recommended path for civilized human beings. Any comments or questions anyone has in this particular text?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So here I see that in part 4, Prabhupada interchanging the word karma kando and karma yagna. So, and Jnana Yagna, Prabhupada telling that engage himself fully in the Jnana Yagna to find the objective of life. Is this Jnana Kanda? It's not Jnana Kanda, right? Jnana Yagna in here.
Yeah, it's spiritual, so it's devotional. The jnana, which is used to understand the objective of life, becomes spiritual. It is not speculative knowledge. It is if it is like self-concocted speculation, then it becomes gyan kanda. But if it one is following the right process of bona fide authorities, Guru Sadhu Shastra, then it is actually Jnana Yoga, or understanding the right path from the right authorities, which is also called as Shabda Praman.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, very nice. Babu Kanayan Prabhu, do you want to share something or you want to read next one?
Hare Krishna, I want to read next.
Oh, great. Okay, so we are at the next one. You can read text 10.
Dravye yagnyar yakshyamanam drishtabhutani bibyati isa makarudno anyad attajyono huasu trapdruvam. Translation: upon seeing the person engaged in performing the sacrifice, animals meant to be sacrificed are extremely afraid, thinking, this merciless performer of sacrifices, being ignorant of purpose of sacrifice and being most satisfied by killing others, will surely kill us. Purport: animal sacrifice in the name of religion is currently practically all over the world in the every established religion. It is said that Lord Jesus Christ, when 12 years old, was shocked to see the Jews sacrificing birds and animals in the synagogues, and that he therefore rejected the Jewish system of religion and started the religion system of Christianity. Adhering to the Old Testament commandment, thou shalt not kill. At present day, however, not only are animals killed in the name of sacrifice, but the killings of animals has increased enormously because of the increasing number of slaughterhouse. Slaughtering the animal either for religion, for food, is most abominable and is condemned herein. Unless one is merciless, one cannot sacrifice the animals either in the name of religion or for food. Yeah, Hare Krishna. So my understanding is that killing the animal either in the name of religion or food is it's condemned, and definitely a merciful person will not do these kind of activities. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. I just did a quick search and it says that 200 million land animals are killed every day and 3 billion uh, aquatics are killed every day. So can you imagine the quantum? It's every day, it's not even a year or a month. 200 million land animals like cattle, cows, goat, etc. and 3 billion fishes or other marine creatures. So, what is going on in their heart? Are they happy? What is going on in if we separate the human child from their parents and kill them? Will they be happy? Will the father, mother, or the child? No one will be happy. Similarly, it is said that the cow loves her children 1,000 times more than the human mother loves her child. We all know as parent how much we love our children, or we all know as child how much our parents love us. There is no, at least in the material one, that's compared the topmost kind of love, the love of parent towards the child. So the mindset of the animal who is being killed is being mentioned here. What they must be thinking, this merciless performer of sacrifice being ignorant of the purpose of sacrifice is killing us. So how can we expect good things happen when we are causing so much harm? It is said that all these natural disturbances are even this corona thing and everything, the more problems are coming because more people are, because of these enormously high number. 3 billion fishes are killed every day and 200 million land animals are killed every day. Can we imagine, like, where are we going? We say we're making progress. The meaning of the word mamsa in Sanskrit, basically it means mamsa khadati iti mamsa, that today I am eating this flesh, but this flesh will eat me next time. Today I'm so the laws of nature, law of action and reaction. If I am killing others, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The next life, tables will turn, and I would be slaughtered. So that's the laws. We may be ignorant of laws, but ignorance of law is no excuse. Let's say if someone comes from India and drives in US and he says, well, I was not aware that there is a rule, like Vamsilas Prabhu was once telling me that he went to Canada and he was driving at a good speed and it read, I think, 100. So he was driving at 100 miles per hour, not knowing that their rule was 100 kilometers per hour, not 100 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour is 160 kilometers per hour. That's way high than their uh, you know their level. So the police will not spare. Even this government will not spare. Sometimes they may even spare, or someone may bribe, or this or that. But the universal government of the Supreme Lord, the mills of the God, grind exceedingly fine. So they are in the state of fear, bibhiyati. How can, when while causing fear to others, we expect to enjoy? That's very, very selfish. So the Shastras are not approving all those acts. It's against the principles of dharma. Uh, So in short, we must not engage in this kind of killing of innocent animals, for neither the animal will be happy, nor the Supreme Lord, nor the demigods, nor anyone else. Any comments, questions, additions anyone has?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have a small doubt in this regarding Prabhuji. So today Sudhir Prabhu has posted a video in that Prabhuji was saying that we humans are designed for herbivorous food. We have to eat vegetarian. So, but the now you showed the amount, like how much numbers of animals have been killed. So it shows the entire human kingdom is going towards meat eating. So but we don't see this in animals. The herbivore animal, it doesn't shift into meat eating. But why the humans, if we are designed for a herbivorous eating, I'm just thinking why the humans are shifted to meat eating so much. Why they don't shift into herbivorous? Is there lack of preaching, or if it is a nature, an instinct, why they have been moving towards meat eating? I'm just trying to understand it, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Very good question, Lakshmi Mataji. Animals are said to be in Bhoga Yoni. They are going through the evolutionary process, and they are receiving the actions or the reactions of the karma they have performed in the previous life. Like if a lion kills a deer, he will not be punished for that. He's already going through an evolutionary phase. In next life, he will be born based on the actions he has done previously. But human life is called the life of junction, a life of choice. It is called karma yoni. Human life, we can either take to the divine principles, or we can take to the demoniac principles. We can take to karma khanda, or we can take to vikarma, akarma, good actions, bad actions, or akarma. So human life is basically a life of choice. Yes, we are, uh, ideally we are designed, Jivera Swarup Hoy Krishna Nitya Das. We are designed to serve Krishna. That's our fundamental design. But very, very few people take to it. So, because the Lord will not force, it is out of His causeless mercy that we, through the evolutionary phase, Bahunam Janmanam Ante, we have taken multiple births. Durlabho Manusho Deho. After many, many lifetimes, we have got this life. So in this lifetime also, if we misuse by taking to animal eating, animal killing, slaughtering, etc., wrong habits, demoniac lifestyle, lack of Krishna consciousness, the Lord will, the Lord will, like as our Father, He'll be, thinking, I'm giving this chance to my child, but he is not understanding. He'll not be happy. So what will happen? We'll go to an animal species, cat, dog, man, depending based on the karma. Then we have to go through different transmigration from one body to the other, upper planets, lower planets, different species, 9 lakh types of fishes, birds, animals, mammals, insects, coronavirus, etc., etc., etc. Again, after wandering in the cycle of birth, punarapi jananam punarapi, we will again get this species of human life after millions of lifetimes. Then again, we are at a life of choice. So now, therefore, it is said, by the inconceivable mercy of the Guru and Krishna and our past Agyat Sukruti or some devotional act, we have been blessed with this whole Krishna consciousness. So, not elaborating much, but coming back to your question, human life is a life of choice. And animal life is life of bhoga yoni. They are just receiving the the reactions from their past. They don't have a choice. Pretty much. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji, very much. That clears the doubt. I had the doubt in the morning, but now we got the answer. Thank you, Prabhuji. Praja, I would like to continue reading.
Sure.
Krishna Prabhuji, I just want to add a couple more points. Like just thinking that naturally why humans can't eat meat, nobody can go catch hold of a cow and directly eat it. They have to do a lot of process. They kill, cook, and all that. Not like a tiger or anything. And then another thing that I heard from one of Radhanath Swami Maharaj's lecture is, so humans, like Prabhuji said about the choice. One example is human body is not meant for smoking, but they have taken up smoking just to indulge in intoxication. So we see that though our body is not designed for it, based on our choices, we can misuse our body. And so just because the majority of the population is doing something doesn't mean that that is the right thing.
Thank you. Thank you, Amsilas, for sharing.
Prabhuji, there is some, like for Mataji's question, there is a ray of hope that now in America itself, there's a 20 million people are either vegan or vegetarian. And out of 3, 1 young American is a vegetarian or vegan. And recently I was reading that Impossible Burger, that company who is making all the vegetarian products, they did not expect their business to go more than $1 billion in next few years, but it already crossed more than $1 billion company. So there's a ray of hope. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. And yes, to your point, Lakshmi Mataji, part of it is, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, who's to be blamed? There is lack of Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas are to be blamed because they're not preaching enough. So we should try our best, and so that we can share this message far and wide, and more people can take to this wonderful process of Krishna consciousness, which is solution to all the problems, all environmental problems, economical problems, aquatic problems. Any problems will be solved if everyone will follow this simple living, high thinking process and be happy and be Krishna conscious. So definitely there is great need. Yes, you can read the next verse, please.
Yes, Prabhuji. Text 11. Tasma Devo Upanena Muni Anne Api Dharmavid Santushtaha Aha Kuryat Nitya Naimite Kriyaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Therefore, day by day, one who is actually aware of religious principles and is not heinously envious of poor animals should happily perform daily sacrifices, and those for certain occasions with whatever food is available easily by the grace of the Lord. Purport. The word dharmavid, meaning one who knows the actual purpose of religion, is very significant. As explained in Bhagavad Gita 18.66, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Becoming Krishna conscious is the topmost stage in understanding of religious principles. One who reaches this stage performs the Archana process in devotional service. Anyone, whether a grahastha or a sannyasi, can keep small deities of the Lord suitably packed or, if possible, installed, and thus worship the deities of Radha Krishna, Sita Rama, Lakshmi Narayana, Lord Jagannatha, or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by offering food prepared in ghee, and then offering the sanctified prasada to forefathers, demigods, and other living entities as a matter of routine daily work. All the centers of a Krishna conscious movement have deity worship programs very nicely going on, in which food is offered to the deity and distributed to the first class Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, and even to the people in general. This performance of sacrifice brings complete satisfaction. The members of the Krishna conscious movement engage daily in such transcendental activities. Thus, in our Krishna conscious movement, there is no question at all of killing animals. Thank you, Prabhuji. Back to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for reading. So, we're talking about simplicity. So, Prabhupada is mentioning here, one should not cause harm to the innocent animals and kill them. Rather, just whatever food is available easily. In short, if one is not in the position to offer Chappan Bhog, it's fine. Who can say I can't offer water? Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toya. Offer me a leaf, fruit, flower, all these things, at least for all those who are present on this call. No one can say, oh, I don't have a fruit to offer to Krishna. It's not that difficult. Bhakti is not that difficult. It's very, very simple. So we should offer these things which the Lord likes and which is also good for the Lord's children, because we are not killing the Lord's children, because animals are also Lord's children. He will not be happy. Krishna will not be happy if we kill his children and offer it to him. The famous example of many examples, like even they were offering Jad Bharat to Kali Devi, Durga Devi, and what happened? So Durga Devi himself appeared and was about to chop, or actually chopped off, the people who were trying to offer Jad Bharat. How can any demigod or the Lord be happy to tolerate such innocent killing? And this few lines of the purport we read the other day as well, when we were talking about the deity worship aspect. So there was few of those from here. So very, very simply and very, very clearly, Prabhupada is mentioning that anyone, whether Grihastha, Vanaprastha, etc., can keep small deities of the Lord. Is it very difficult? No, it's not difficult. All we need is a desire. So Gaur-Nitai deities, Lord Jagannath deities, etc., and offer sanctified bhoga made with simple ingredients, and then offer to others, other brahmanas, Vaishnavas, living entities, etc. Every Krishna happy, everyone happy. Yasmin tushte, jagat tushte. Why is there a need for innocent animals being slaughtered? There is no need. Simple living, high thinking, simple offerings. And that's what is real dharma with. And that's what in all our Krishna conscious centers or temples or homes of devotee, we see that in action. So, any comments, questions, additions anyone has in this text? Okay, so today is Friday. Let's see who has not got a chance to read so far this week. Anyone who has not read anything this week, please raise your hand. This is your chance to read. Okay. Okay, who would like to read? Maybe we can read one or two verses. Anyone would like to read? Please raise your hand if you would like to read, or please unmute yourself. Yes, Nandini Mataji, please.
I'm devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Text 12. Vidharma paradharmascha abha supama chala adharma shakha panchema dharmadyo adharmavatyajet. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There are 5 branches of irreligion, appropriately known as irreligion, vidharma, religious principles for which one is unfit, paradharma, pretentious religious, abhasa, analogical religion, upadharma, and cheating religion, chaladharma. One who is aware of real religious life must abandon these 5 as irreligious. Any religious principles opposed to the principle of surrendering to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kṛṣṇa, are in the considered religious principles of irregularity or cheating. And one who is actually interested in religion must give them up. One should simply follow the instructions of Kṛṣṇa and surrender unto him. To do this, of course, one needs very good intelligence, which may be awakened after many births through good association with devotees and the practice of Krishna consciousness. Everything but the principle of religion recommended by Krishna, Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, should be given up as irreligion. So here Sarvadharman Parityaja is the main crux of this verse, is the point. Thus, here Prabhupada is saying that this Kaitav Dharma, Chala Dharma, should be given up. Pretentious religion, Abhasa, Paradharma, and Vidharma. And these two, and the fifth branch is Upadharma, analogical religion. This may be closer to Sankhya, and Paradharma may be like trying to do someone else's duty. I'm just trying to think here. And Vidharma maybe is appropriately known as irreligious. So Vidharma itself also means irreligion. So Prabhupada is trying to bring us here to the pure religiosity, which is chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra or surrendering to the lotus feet of Krishna's Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And this is actually, it may seem very difficult if we don't have association of devotees, because Prabhupada here is stressing the fact that it takes many births, many lifetime after lifetime, and a good association with devotees. Then we can practice Krishna consciousness. And once we can do that, then it's very easy to surrender all these pseudo religions or all these apadharma, vidharma, which is, or kaitava dharma, which is cheating propensity, or just emotional feeling that you feel good, pretentious religion, and just come to Krishna's lotus feet. And process is really simple. We can practice Krishna consciousness even by honoring prasadam, simply chanting his name. This is my understanding, Prabhuji. Back to you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji. So after explaining about, now the topic is changing from the things we should avoid in religion. So first the rules were kind of mentioned in text number 1 to 11. Then what are the rules and how to transcend them. Now some irreligious things are mentioned and how one should avoid them. So the 5 types of irreligion are mentioned here, and the following 2 verses will further elaborate on that. So let's study the following 2 verses. Jyoti Mataji, you want, or any? So I think, and when we study text 13 and 14, we'll get more clarity on these 5 types. So Jyoti Mataji, you can read text 13. Yeah, please unmute yourself to start reading.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams to all the devotees. Text 13. Dharma badho vidharma syat paradharmo na choditaha upadharmastu pakhando dambho va shabda vichalaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charna Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Religious principles that obstruct one from following his own religion are called vidharma. Religious principles introduced by others are called paradharma. A new type of religion created by one who is falsely proud and who opposes the principles of the Vedas is called upadharma, and interpretation by one's jugglery of words is called chaladharma. Purport. To create a new type of dharma has become fashionable in this age. So-called swamis and yogis support that one may follow any type of religious system according to one's own choice, because all systems are ultimately the same. In Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, however, such fashionable ideas are called vidharma because they go against one's own religious system. The real religious system is described by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. The real religious system is that of surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord. In the sixth canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, in connection with Ajamila's deliverance, Yamaraja says, Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Real religion is that which is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, just as real law is that which is given by the government. No one can manufacture actual law at home, nor can one manufacture actual religion. Elsewhere it is said, Savai pumsam parodharma yato bhaktir adokshaje. The real religious system is that which leads one to become a devotee of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, anything opposed to this religious system of progressive Krishna consciousness is called Vidharma, Paradharma, Upadharma, or Chaladharma. Misinterpretation of Bhagavad Gita is Chaladharma. When Krishna directly says something and some rascal interprets it to mean something different, this is Chaladharma, a religious system of cheating, or Shabdabhit, a jugglery of words. One should be extremely careful to avoid these various types of cheating systems of religion. Thank you, Prabhuji. Back to you.
Thank you, Mataji. Reading. So basically, four out of five are mentioned in this text. Vidharma is one which obstructs or opposes the execution of the real dharma, or does not allow one to practice the real dharma, which is Krishna consciousness, is Vidharma. Para means others. Parasparam, Parasparanukathanam. Paradharma, introduced by others. No Tom, Dick, Harry can introduce dharma. These days they say, well, cricket is our dharma and Sachin is our god. Paradharma. They're introducing our own dharma. Or my dharma is smoking. My dharma is ganja. My dharma is drugs. This is all nonsense. Who will introduce dharma? Krishna or his bona fide representatives. No Tom, Dick, Harry can, say that this is the dharma for Krishna. Come, descend. Dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. It comes to do the sanstapana, or he sends his bona fide representatives to establish, to kill the miscreants and establish the principles of dharma. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranito, not any Tom, Dick, Harry pranito. Whatever the law book says, even in the material world, if I make my own rules, I'll say instead of the mails going in the USPS blue box, you put in this black box and the mails will go. What will you call me? You'll call me a fool. Who are you to create your own system? But if the government does so, if tomorrow the USPS say, well, we have changed our boxes and there'll be no more blue boxes, we'll be all using yellow boxes. Can they do it? Of course, they can do it. They are the authority. So Paradharma, created by some Tom, Dick, Harry, not approved, not bona fide. And then Upadharma, we have heard, or Apadharma, sorry. Upadharma or Apadharma is Apasampradaya, we have heard. Apasampradaya, or like it's like deviant sects. So basically, Apasampradaya is created by a proud person who opposes the Vedic principles, though posing himself as a follower of Vedas. So it's an interesting thing. And a neophyte may not be even able to understand the difference. So we have to be very, very careful. And sometimes innocent people, gullible people may just get enamored by the externals. But we should be very intelligent. Therefore, then the previous verse, the point made was one needs to be very good intelligence one needs, so that we are not caught up in this cheating religion. Because in society, a lot of apadharma, upadharma, and vidharma are going on, or paradharma especially. People are creating their own religion. Everyone is writing their own Bhagavad Gita without referring to Guru Sadhu Shastra, without being in the proper sampradaya or disciplic succession. And the last one is the word jugglery. Chala is cheating. If we try to trick others, Kṛṣṇa is Chaliya. He is the best among the cheaters. He will trick us. But we have to be careful on the name of Dharma. People may cheat us, people may trick us, and misinterpret the scriptures. For example, because Sanskrit is a language where a word can have multiple meanings, and based on if one has not in a bona fide parampara, the same word can be misinterpreted in a very impersonal way, or in a cheating way, or to delude or misinterpret the meaning of the Shastras. And that's a lot of those things are happening in the society, word jugglery. So we should be very careful and intelligent, and be careful we not get caught up in these chaladharma, upadharma, paradharma, vidharma, and use Guru Sadhu Shastra always. Any other comments anyone has?
So, Prabhu, what is that exactly? Analogical religion means they know the religion, but they don't want it to follow, and they wanted to introduce themselves. Is that what is the meaning?
Which line are you reading from?
That Upadharma, the example of the Upadharma, which is basically in the previous verse, it says that analogical religion. So,
So Upadharma is referred, one is falsely proud, and many times it could be like a mixed. They could be falsely proud at the same time, use such analytical words and word jugglery and make something new. So sometimes it could be a combination of multiple things as well. But it may sometimes sound good. It may sometimes, and a lot of people want to follow this because they want gold at the price of potatoes. Right? So the point, who opposes the principles of Vedas, falsely proud, posing himself. So basically, the externals may be, the examples are not mentioned. It's like concocted religion.
You said, Prabhuji, just now deviant sects of religion.
Deviant sects. Yes, concocted, deviant. Yes, Nandini Mataji, you want to share something?
So it's a classic example referred by Prabhupada elsewhere in Jain Dharma. Jain Dharma, actually, if you see, it starts with Rishabh Dev. But then somebody, Prabhupada says that someone changed the meanings and made a new Jain religion. And if you want to go interpretation by the next one, it's Shala Dharma. It's Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja Govindam is a classic example, which is misinterpreted as, oh, fools, you will chant Govinda's name. Whereas Shankaracharya wanted to say that, oh, fools, please chant Krishna's name. Otherwise, you're mudas. So those are two examples, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Very nice examples. Does that help, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji.
Nice. Yes, Kashish Mataji, you were saying something, or?
Prabhuji, I just wanted to know, they have also mentioned in the translation for the previous verse, the verse number 12, that's the dentiest religion, Abhasa. Can you kindly elaborate this one?
Actually, that's the subject of next verse. which
Yes.
we may not be able to cover today, but we will cover on Monday. That's coming in text 14. Anything else, anyone? Okay.
One small thing about Prabhu asked about analogies, right? So there are some analogies. Prabhupada used so many wonderful analogies of the car and the driver, but then he rejected certain analogies that Mayavadis use. They say that the soul is like the river and it'll join the sea and it'll become one with the sea. And so I think that's what Prabhupada is mentioning here with Upadharma in text 12 as analogical religion, like non-bona fide analogies used to push their own concept. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. That reminded me of that story of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I think Prabhupada also he said, okay, everything is one. Everything is one because everything is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. So everything is one. So Prabhupada's disciple, new disciple, young American disciple, he said that the rasgulla and the dog stool or the pig stool is one, and eat pig stool. Something like that. And then the Mayavadi felt very, very offended. He said that, Prabhupada, look at your disciples. They are like kind of saying that we are pigs and they're abusing us, or they're saying like this. So Prabhupada said, well, these are new people, very young, passionate. And then Prabhupada asked his disciple, well, what did you say? He said, I said that the rasgulla and the stool, are they one? If they are one, then why don't you eat stool? Prabhupada said, good example. So yes, the analogies are there, but they can be misinterpreted, and if not used by the right intention and by the right person. Okay, not taking a lot of time. Tomorrow and day after is weekend, and as you know, weekend means special association of special devotees. So tomorrow we have His Grace Charu Prabhu, and actually we are so blessed. This whole weekend will be full of Prabhupada disciples. We cannot, fathom our good fortune to hear directly from these devotees and get a chance to ask questions, get a chance to absorb. So I encourage everyone, please take the maximum out of this association. It is very, very rare, very, very rare, very, very rare. And at one point of time in the future, we have to understand that we will only be able to just remember that. We will not be able to hear in person, which we are getting now. So we must take the maximum advantage of these wonderful devotees who have given their life and soul in the mission of Srila Prabhupada, who have met Srila Prabhupada, who have heard directly from Prabhupada, who have served Srila Prabhupada in unlimited ways and continuing to do so. So tomorrow His Grace Charu Prabhu is giving the class on Kṛṣṇa is the gardener. Very interesting topic. And then the day after, Her Grace Sukada Mataji and Her Grace Ananta Mataji. It was a little hard for me to kind of, request her to speak because she doesn't like to speak, but I was a little pushy, you can say, during our last meeting, and I really insisted Mataji to speak, and then she agreed upon the request, and so they both will be speaking on the wonderful memories and pastimes of Srila Prabhupada. So I request everyone to please make the maximum benefit and advantage of these classes, and you can also encourage others to come. And the following week will be the Japa retreat. So with that, I'll pause here. Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.